everyone, I'm Sandy and welcome back. On today's episode of In the Kitchen with Sandy, I want to share with you a very fabulous recipe per viewer request. This is something that my mother used to make all the time when I was little, and it is so good and so tasty, and I make this all the time for my kids and my family. It's a comfort food that you can't go without. And if you've never heard, it's called macaroni and tomatoes. If you've never heard of it, you don't know what you're missing. I'm telling you, it's such a comfort food. It just requires just a few ingredients, and I'm going to show you what they are. First off, I got a pot of boiling water, pot of water coming to a boil, and I've salted it liberally. So let's go over what else we will be using. This is so good. You got to trust me on this. In here I've got some cut up tomatoes, canned tomatoes. I prefer to use my home canned tomatoes because I do canning as well, and you will be seeing those videos this summer, so stay tuned. I love to can. I prefer to use home can, but right now this is what I have because I don't have any left over, and these are just the cut tomatoes. You need the juice and everything, and I will give you the exact measurements on inthekitchenwithsandy.blogspot.com, where you can find this recipe and many others. Anyway, enough of that, and I've got just some elbow macaroni here, and in here I have a little bit of seasoned salt, soul seasoning, some garlic powder, and some celery salt. Now, if you don't have celery salt, or this is celery seed, forgive me, if you don't have celery seed, you can use celery salt. If you don't have that at home, you can go ahead and make these, but this just adds an extra goodness to it. You gotta trust me. And the soul seasoning is something that I discovered at my local grocery store. That it's absolutely amazing, and it just brightens up any dish. You can add it to anything, and it just goes so well with these macaroni and tomatoes. And in here, yes, that's what you think it is. That's bacon grease, and this is a required ingredient for this dish. Now, if you don't want to use the bacon grease, there's really honestly no substitution. If you want to use a little bit of butter, but it's really going to change the flavor of the macaroni and tomatoes. This combination of these ingredients just makes it absolutely the best of what it is. So you've got to trust me. It's okay to use a little bit of bacon grease every now and then. There's several dishes that I like to cook that require bacon drippings, and this is one of them. And we're going to use a little bit of fresh ground pepper and some grated Parmesan cheese. Now, that's it. It's so simple to make. It's a one-pot dish. Get you some cornbread in the oven, and this is perfect. Perfect for a nice, cold, blustery day. So I can hear my water is boiling, so let's go over to the stove and we're going to get started. To my water, I'm just going to, boiling water, I'm just going to go ahead and add my pasta. Now, if you want to use any other type of pasta, go right ahead. I mean, we just always called it macaroni and tomatoes because that's just what Mom always made, was macaroni and tomatoes. And it is so comforting, so comforting. And I tell you what, this stuff is, you got a hangover, you make you a big pot of this. I don't know what it is about macaroni and tomatoes with hangovers, but I'm telling you, it makes you feel, so I've heard. I mean, I've heard that. I mean, not that I don't. Anyway, we've got our pasta in here. It's starting to boil. Now, this takes about 6 to 7 minutes. You want to cook your pasta just maybe about 2 minutes less time than what it says on the box. You want it al dente specifically for this, because when you add your other ingredients, it's gonna cook for a few minutes as well. So you don't want your pasta overcooking. Let's get this cooking. It's already come to a boil, and make sure you stir it often, or it'll stick to the bottom. And then we're gonna drain it when it's done. We're gonna cook it about 6 minutes, and then we'll proceed. Once you get your pasta drained, you want to add it right back to your same pan. Like I said, this is a one-pot pan, or one pot dish. I call it a pan. You're going to add that right back in there. And we're going to keep this on about medium. And you are going to go ahead and add your tomatoes. See if we can do this without spilling them. This was the whole tomatoes. What I've done is I just took them and cut them up real good in the chunks that I like. They're going to cook down a little bit. You're not going to cook this for very long though, trust me. You're going to give that a stir. Oh, this is so good. And the juices are going to come right out of the tomatoes. And it's going to make it nice and soupy. We're going to add just a little bit of water because I like mine a little bit more soupy. That's why I like to use home canned tomatoes, because my home canned tomatoes are so juicy. And we're going to give this a stir. Again, this is on about medium heat. Look at that. This is so good. Absolutely delicious. And then you're going to go ahead and throw in your ingredients. You can give it a swirl around there. And we're going to toss that in. And your bacon drippings. I saved mine. That's why mine was in that consistency. I saved my bacon grease now. And you want to add some fresh ground pepper. As much or as little as your heart desires. Now, all we're going to do is we are going to bring this back up to a boil. And we're going to let it cook on low. Watch me get that all over. Splash that tomatoes all over me. And we are going to let this cook maybe for about another 2 or 3 minutes, if that, once it starts coming up to a boil on low for just a couple minutes. And then we're going to add our Parmesan cheese, and that's it. And you're going to have to trust me on this when I tell you this is such a comforting food. Now we're going to add the good stuff. We're going to go right in there. Grate you a good amount of Parmesan cheese. And you're going to give this a stir, and then that's it. These are heated all the way through. I've let them cook in all the deliciousness for about another 3 to 4 minutes. Heated them all the way through, and now we are going to serve them up. All right, I want you to look in here. Look at this beautiful pot of goodness. Keep a looking. Keep a looking. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's just got hearty written all over it. Look at the nice juices in there. I like it a little juicy. And we're going to serve us some up. So good. Hope you got your cornbread ready, because this is all you will need. Trust me. Oh, it's so tasty. And I can smell the garlic and the celery seed and all the other stuff. Oh, it smells so good. What I like to do before serving, this is the soul seasoning, I like to go just right. Is it coming out? Yep, right on top of that. Just for a little extra goodness. And then just a little bit of parsley. Just for some nice color. You don't have to do this, but you know that's what I like to do. And here, this is winter chicken dinner, I'm telling you. Oh, look at that. The tomatoes are so tender. I gotta try this, and you know it's gonna burn my mouth. Sometimes it doesn't pay to be patient. Oh gosh, I can't tell you how much I love this stuff. If you wanted to spice it up a little bit, sprinkle a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. Not too much, because the kids will burn up. This stuff is so good, so hearty. Make sure you try it. It's on the menu. Show me some love. Subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest. Get the written recipe again at thekitchenwithsandy.blogspot.com. Let me know what you think about this. Give it a try. Show me your pictures of your remakes of it. I'd love to see it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.